frame. It's Carmarthen's Matthew Stevens who draws level at 1 frame all. We'll take a short break, then we'll be back live in Newport for frame 3.
Dikkat et oğlum.
Pass auf. Pass op, pass op, pass op.
Attention, Spatima.
Nee.
No. Kalm. Vur. Schiet, schot hem maar. Precies. Wat? Goal!
Follow the score of your favorite team live and find the latest results and features with Eurosport's live score.
Get Eurosport.com for your iPhone free. Every day sees full and expert coverage of sports news with dozens of articles and an easy one-stop video section that lets you live and relive the very best moments of sport. Follow all the scores, fixtures and tables live. Eurosport.com, the reference and sport apps available on the App Store.
One all then, first to 4 to reach the quarter-finals. A meeting with either Alan McManus or Joe Perry awaits either Steve Maguire or Matthew Stevens. Steve Maguire's last full ranking title success was 5 years ago. China Open in Beijing 2008. Matthew Stevens has won only one full ranking title. That was just over 9 years ago, the UK Championship.
Yeah, it's incredible that, isn't it, really? Been in 2 World Finals. Should have won at least one of them. Had a chance to win both of them. I feel sure had he won one of those, he'd have gone on to do great things.
Well, he lost them both 18-16, having been in front in both against first Mark Williams and then Shaun Murphy, and also, of course, 3 semi-finals came close to winning as well at the Crucible. But he did win the Masters. He's won the UK Championship. There's a lot of players out there who would love to have come close to winning either of those two.
Half chance then. Matthew Stevens. His long potting hasn't been the best so far. And this isn't easy. It's very concerning for Matthew. There's one of those long pots going in.
1.
Ideally, you'd like to get the red that's closest to the black spot before he pots the black. Nicely played.
6.
Stuart Bingham has had a century on the other table. He leads Neil Robertson 2-1. Of course, he won the title last season that Robertson really wanted, the Australian Open, in Neil's native land.
$14. $15.
The red below the pink
20.
must go to the left corner. You can take the pink into the middle or run through for the black, pull back for the blue. He's got options here.
$21.
He's got the angle on the pink just to move the red away from the pink spot, leave himself on choice of reds to the left corner, right corner. And I'm surprised he didn't play the cannon there. Could have been guaranteed to be on the two reds to the right corner, and maybe even on the red to the left. Plus he'd have freed the pink spot, making the pink available.
27. $28.
Well, he doesn't need to go into them here. He can play for that red. That's blocking the pocket for the black going in the left corner. And the reds are available. I always think
33.
if you don't need to go into them, don't do it. He's unfortunate not to be on one, but he could have been guaranteed to be on a red. And clearing the black into both pockets. A little bit of frustration.
Stephen Maguire,
And that's what
33.
David was talking about earlier. He gets on top of himself.
Can you put your phones
That was
away,
a
please?
typical example.
The old cue bang in there. It's just how he is, you know. It's everyone's different in terms of their personality, and Stephen, although he's such a nice guy away from the table, but when he gets out there, he does start to get on his own case if things go wrong. If he's done something wrong, he can't kind of deal with it as well as maybe some of the other players. You can see just how angry he is there, sat in his chair. We saw at the Masters, he played Graham Dott in the first round, conceded a frame, he could still win. Went 5-3 down, came out next 2 frames, played superbly, although he did lose in the end.
He found a plant. And he's on the pink. What a chance.
Well, it's not going to make Maguire feel any better, but he could have played a good safety, put Matthew Stevens in trouble.
Yes, it's not as though he just went for the pot, but he tried to slam it in the pocket, didn't he? And that's where the frustration came in. Well, certainly got hold of that one. Thought he would have played for the red nearest the left corner.
7.
By playing for this one into the right corner, the black doesn't go. So may have to stun round the back of the black or play for the pink.
Eight.
Well, maybe the black does go. Well, that was a brave shot to play. And Stephen Maguire will have known that pink was going in. He sat right behind the pocket.
14.
Now that should make him feel a little better.
$15.
Yeah, big shot that. Pressure ball. Bang in the middle.
Well, again, could have done with just playing that one a little harder.
21.
You can hold for the pink, but it's dangerous to play that shot. Maybe better going up for one of the baulk colours.
$22.
one red really that will go, and that's the one just above the black. Nicely played.
24.
Well, he's found the gap. That's even better.
$25.
Yes, you can see what he's looking at. The spot, the black spot, could be occupied by the red, but if it isn't, well, that sorts things out.
32.
And the red definitely goes.
$33.
Not quite hard enough. Well, it might force him into playing for this red down the cushion. He's going to need that red at some stage.
$39.
Needs to get past that middle. Well, if he wants to keep the break going, he's going to have to play the difficult pink. He's just a couple of inches short there on his positional play. Another real pressure shot, this. Oh, that's a beauty. Now, he's got the angle just to
46.
nudge these two reds, because he's had a look at them and it's difficult to get on them. That's what he's looking at now. So he might just play a gentle cannon. Oh, not thick enough.
47.
And now they definitely don't go. Just wanted to catch it a little thicker. So 14 points in front. He could put a colour safe.
Black ball.
Well, he would have been close to the reds had it not caught the middle pocket.
54. Matthew Stevens, 54.
And a good finish.
Leads by 21. Snook and Maguire on the two reds.
Well, he could just land up to the red behind the black. If he plays it at pace, anything could happen. And that's what he's done. And anything's happened. Just don't understand why he didn't land up to it. Trusting to luck, and it didn't happen for him.
One.
So the pink puts him 28 in front. The last red, and Maguire needs a snooker.
Seven.
So nothing fancy here. Just make sure of the red.
And I think the difference we've seen in this frame, when Maguire lost position, he played the next shot with frustration in his mind. When Stevens lost position, he played a good safety, snookered Maguire, and he's got his reward from that.
So it's just one snooker. Well, that certainly helps.
$14.
2 to tie. Yellow's in.
16.
Suddenly it's all going his way. Good break he made, that 54. So the pressure transfers to Stephen Maguire. Fourth frame is big.
23.
2-2 or 3-1 to Stevens. The Welshman in front. Tense affair this. Matthew Stevens has his nose in front here in Newport. He leads Stephen Maguire by 2 frames to 1.
Dikkat oğlum.
Pass off.
Pass op, pass op, pass op.
Attention, Spatima.
Play.
Calm, calm, calm. Vur, vur oğlum. Geç, şut ulan. What? Goal! Goal!
Follow the score of your favorite team live and find the latest results and features with Eurosport's live score.
Get Eurosport.com for your iPhone free. Every day sees full and expert coverage of sports news with dozens of articles and an easy one-stop video section that lets you live and relive the very best moments of sport. Follow all the scores, fixtures and tables live. Eurosport.com, the reference and sport apps available on the App Store.
Well, Stephen Maguire contemplating what happened there in frame 3 and looking to frame 4 here, which he needs to win to keep in touch with Matthew Stevens, who leads him 2-1. On the other table, it's 2-1 here to Stuart Bingham. You can see that Neil Robertson is 53 points ahead with a possible 67 on in frame 4. That's live on Eurosport 1 this afternoon. So at the moment, Bingham in front, but Robertson leading the next frame. Bingham's had a good season. He won a couple of Asian PTCs. He won the Premier League. Neil Robertson yet to land a big title this season. He did win the European Tour event in Gdynia in Poland. He was runner-up in the Masters to Mark Selby. You can follow that on Eurosport 1 this afternoon.
Thank you. Frame 4, Stephen Maguire to break.
The trophy. Distinctive bit of Welsh slate, that. And it's the Welshman Matthew Stevens who's in front here, 2-1.
Foul. Stephen Maguire, 4.
Caught it much too thick. He just seems to have some trouble hitting those safety shots nicely. Either too thin or too thick. And he's left a long one on for Stephen Maguire. Now, has he put those misses behind him? Good pot.
1.
And that's going to make him feel a lot better.
I guess the key for Maguire is to use that natural aggression he has to his advantage rather than against himself.
Nine.
Well, if he can get the cannon to the middle of those reds. It's okay.
16. $17.
Now, will he go into them here? He's got the angle.
I confess I'm not absolutely sure who that is, but I suspect they're now one of the two players.
$25.
Not too bad if the blue passes the red. If not, then he's faced with Pressure pink. Well, he took his time in playing the shot, just winding himself up to play it, because it was missable. But now back in prime position. I can only assume
31.
that he's straight on this red. No, he had the angle.
32. $37. 38. 45. 46.
Just overdone it. Just in no man's land there.
I like the way he was kind of telling the cue ball where it should be, but that's down to him, not the white.
Well, again, this is missable. Right in the middle. The red next to the pink must go. Well, maybe
51.
not. He's not far enough for that red, and I think that's the one he played for. Can he get to it? He thinks so.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so he's folding us.
52. $59.
So far so good then for Steve Maguire. He He needed, I
60.
think, to make a frame-winning break, a big one, just to settle himself. There's no doubt he's a terrific competitor. In some ways, that's his problem. Sometimes he can be too competitive, if anything. But he's channeling it the right way in this frame. Leads by 71, so this red, and it's snooker's required by Matthew Stevens. Yes, classy stuff from the Scot. It's looking like 2-2.
$75. 144.
He's just asked what the high break is. It's 144, Mark Selby.
$76.
So he can't beat that here. He's made 247 centuries in his career, the same number, oddly enough, as Matthew Stevens. Although Stevens has been a pro for 5 more
83.
years.
$84.
Maguire's made 2 competitive 147s. In fact, for a while he was the youngest player to make one. He was just turned 19 when he made his first.
91.
Oh dear, not a century. Good break though, that 91 from Stephen Maguire, just what he needed to win the frame with a big break in one visit and to draw level at 2-all. Remember, there's no interval, best of 7s, they play straight the way through. So when we come back from this commercial break, we will have frame 5 for you. Interesting stuff here, don't go away. Frame 5 is coming up next. He was playing quite sensational snooker. Mark Allen wins the first world ranking title of his career.
Could be a big day. This is the moment. Kittle's going from an awful long way out here. Oh, what a win!
What a glorious, dramatic, swooping programme that was. The performance of a champion.
They're ready to go. The men's final is go in Inican San Candide.
Very difficult to ride this particular section, but he's still only a couple of metres off the lead.
And the break and the throwdown.
February on Eurosport 2. All sports, all emotions.
Welcome back. We're just underway in frame 5. It's 2-2 between Steve Maguire and Matthew Stevens. Maguire winning that last frame with a good 91.
Well, you could see him smile. He was nowhere near that one. Good safety, though. was a cheeky attempt at the double, knowing full well he was on the black. Could play this red to the baulk corner or the middle. He's just checked to see where he doesn't want to leave the cue ball, so Matthew Stevens can pop that red side of the pack. Oh, that's a cracking pot. That's played by a different man. That 91 break has given him the confidence. What a great pot. In fact, he's got too much into the cue ball. Oh.
Stephen Maguire 1.
Wasn't close to that one.
Meanwhile, Mark Williams has tweeted to say that the baby has safely arrived. We were talking about his wife is about to give birth, so now they're just searching for a name. It's a baby boy, his third son. Congratulations to them.
Many congratulations.
One.
Would have liked to have slid past the bat. There is a red to the left of the pink. Not sure if he can get on that one if he plays the black. Well, he's playing the green. Played it perfectly.
4.
Well, would you believe it?
Matthew
Simple
Stevens,
red
4.
to the middle. You just can't afford to miss those.
It's been a funny match, hasn't it? We've seen a few of these kind of balls missed, and we've also seen some excellent potting from both players. Two on the other table. Neil Robertson's won the fourth frame against Stuart Bingham. A few shocks, yes, but a lot of quality players still going here in Newport. Judd Trump to come later against Andrew Higginson. We've got Mark Allen against Ding Junhui as well.
Certainly open things up. Can Matthew see this red to the left corner? I think he can. Tough red. But if it goes in, every chance of winning the frame. Hasn't potted many long balls this afternoon, should I say. Still hasn't.
1.
Just the wrong side of the black. The red behind the pink would be a good ball to play for if it goes to the left corner. That would free the pink.
3.
He couldn't have played that one any better. Well, he mustn't be able to pot this red. And again.
Doesn't like it. That's a kick.
4.
Yes, and it's put him out of position.
Ramble.
Well, I got a glimpse of the pink.
8.
A couple of shots ago. It will go to that right middle. As well the red.
Nine. $15. $16.
Again, not quite far enough for the black. So it's going to have to be the yellow or the brown. The red below the pink will go to the right corner. decided to try and develop something. It's finished up okay.
18. $19.
Made a good 91 in the last frame.
25.
Just seemed to have cleared his mind of the little bit of frustration we saw in the third frame. And now he looks really keen.
Yes, this is the red I thought he would have played for the last time round when he was on the yellow. Decided to play the cannon.
26.
And it worked out nicely.
Steve Maguire, one of many Scottish youngsters who took up the game in the wake of Stephen
32.
Hendry's emergence in the mid to late 80s. Quite a few have since fallen by the wayside, but he's still going strong.
33.
Of course, Alan McManus as well, who turned professional a couple of years after Hendry. He's very much going strong. He's in the last 16 tonight against Joe Perry.
39. $40.
So it's Matthew Stevens currently something to think about in his seat.
$46.
He could play the cannon to these two reds here. Try and stay on the pink. He could get the cover by playing that shot, but very difficult to get onto these two reds. Just somebody in the audience there. Moving on the shot.
$47.
Didn't quite catch it full enough. So 44 points in front. The pink will still go to that left middle. He needs another red and a colour. There goes the pink. And it couldn't have worked out any better.
53. $54.
Well, two really gutsy efforts, gutsy breaks from Steve Maguire. These pink then, and two snookers required by Matthew Stevens. Yes, good stuff from the Scot, and the pressure now transfers to the man in his seat
60.
there. Stevens will have to win the last two to reach the quarterfinals.
61.
already steeling himself for the next frame. This one's gone by the wayside.
Stephen Maguire 67 and the frame.
Good 67 from Stephen Maguire. Takes him to the brink of victory. He was 2-1 down. He was under pressure going into the fourth frame, but he made 91. He's now made 67. He leads Matthew Stevens 3-2.
Dikkat et oğlum.
Pass off.
Pass op, pass op, pass op.
Attention, Fatima.
Nee.
Calm, calm, calm.
Kijk, zo, doe maar.
What?
Goal!
Follow the score of your favorite team live and find the latest results and features with Eurosport's live score.
Get Eurosport.com for your iPhone free. Every day sees full and expert coverage of sports news with dozens of articles and an easy one-stop video section that lets you live and relive the very best moments of sport. Follow all the scores, fixtures and tables live. Eurosport.com, the reference in sport apps available on the App Store.
So Stephen Maguire, after two good frames, 91 and 67, the breaks, leads 3-2.
Thank you. Frame 6, Stephen Maguire to break.
And he hopes that frame 6 is the last frame.
Well, he's brought that red up the table. Is it cuttable? No attempt at the pot. He's cut off the left side of the table, which is the easy part to get back to baulk. A little bit more tricky from the right side.
Paul Collier, a Newport man, not far for him to travel in charge this afternoon. I think someone may have fallen asleep, and I heard Matthew say, is he snoring? It is warm in the arena. That's you sometimes get caught out, especially if you've been there since the start of play, because there was play this morning. It can be very snug in those seats. Well, not exactly entranced by the action.
Well, he pots one at last, and what a beauty it was. He was in a bit of trouble there.
Yeah, Matthew Stevens wide awake, that's for sure. Terrific pot. Exactly what he needs now. He needs to make something from it, of course.
6. Seven.
Well, just in no man's land.
Green ball.
Goes without saying, he didn't want the kiss.
10. Matthew Stevens, 10.
It's just travelled a little far. You can see the reds to the left of the pink. Yes, just caught it a little too thin. And now a good chance here. Stephen Maguire to try and get that cue ball in behind the blue. And he's taking a pot on. Great pot. And look at the cue power on that cue ball.
1.
Got a bit too much.
Blue ball.
Just got to try and cut off the left side of the reds here.
Stephen Maguire, 1.
That'll do nicely. trouble again. Matthew Stevens potted his way out of it last time, but there's no pots on this time. Well, he was in a bit of trouble there, and he's been fortunate to cover that red over the left corner. Or should I say over the left side of the table. Oh, what about that? He deserves to be on the black. He is. Well, he'd have almost certainly been on the blue. Well, is he on the black? You can't see it. What a pot that was. He was playing the safety. And so unfortunate not to be able to see anything.
Blue ball.
Didn't want it to go in.
6.
Well, Matthew could see the funny side. I'm not sure Maguire found it that funny.
Well, if you can't see that red over on the left side of the table, don't think you can see enough of it to take the cue ball back to baulk.
Both looking for a chance, but of course in Maguire's case it's to win the match. Matthew Stevens looking to draw level, force a decider.
Well, that must have drifted off on its way down to that red. You hit the wrong side of the ball. Yeah, something like that. Could be his last shot.
1.
Well, certainly the way that Maguire has won the last two frames, that's the big danger for Matthew Stevens. He's won the last two with breaks of 91 and 67. He won their meeting 4-2 in this very round last year here in Newport, did Maguire. Is Lightning going to strike twice?
8. 9.
It's not been a happy hunting ground for the Welsh players. Only Mark Williams has won the title twice. Last time, though, was 14 years ago. Matthew Stevens, the last Welshman left standing this year. But for how much longer?
$16.
He's just left himself awkward queuing. Needing that cue ball just to travel another inch or so. But only needs to drop it in. He'd be on the black.
$17.
I wasn't sure. Don't think he was. But now back in prime position. What a chance.
Neil Robertson has just won a black ball frame to lead Stuart Bingham 3-2 on the other
24.
table.
25.
Well, it's out of Matthew Stevens' hands for now. Newport crowd, I'm sure, hoping there'll be another twist in the tail. Steve Maguire, though, determined that there won't be.
$32. 33.
Well, that was a good shot he just played. Playing the cannon to those two reds, developing them. At the same time, staying on that red to the right corner. Oh, he's just travelled a little far.
40.
He can get it.
$41. $48. $49.
Pink puts him 52 ahead, so one more red as well, and it looks like it's Maguire into the quarterfinals. He played well from 2-1 down.
Yes, he'd lost it at
55.
one stage, hadn't he? And he got it back together. Full credit to him.
56.
He dug deep.
Snooker's required, but I don't think he's going to get the chance to play for them. History's repeated itself. It was 4-2 to Maguire when they met at the same
62.
stage last year, the last 16. And that's going to be the score again in 2013.
63.
But credit for the way he's finished off. 3 big breaks in the last 3 frames. That's good stuff. He'll play another Scott, Alan McManus or Joe Perry in the quarterfinals. Matthew Stevens, another year goes by without him really
70.
threatening to win his home title, and it's not going to be a Welsh winner in this year's Welsh Open.
71. $78. 79. $86. 88.
Well, he's reached at least the quarterfinals of this tournament in each of the last 5 years now, so something about Newport that is to Stephen Maguire's liking.
91. $95.
Blue then to finish with a century.
100.
He was frustrated in that third frame, went 2-1 down, but came out with breaks of 91, 67, and that 106 to finish. A great finish from Scotland's Stephen Maguire, sends him through to the quarterfinals of the Welsh Open. He's beaten Matthew Stevens by 4 frames to 2.